So you want to learn government contracts, but you just have a few burning questions that you need answered before you can make that big decision of whether or not this is going to be for you. Hey, what's up? What's up? And welcome into my live stream today. I am super excited to have you watch and join me. For those of you who are going to be joining live, hello. For those who are actually going to be watching the replay, be sure to watch the replay and hashtag replay. Let me know where you're joining in from. If you're joining me on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. And for those of you who are in my premium group, GovCon Insider, where you can actually become a premium member at govconinsider.tv, those are the ones who are actually not only get these trainings but additional trainings, free access to a lot of templates, as well as discounts and early entry into our programs. And so if you're not a GovCon Insider member, go ahead and visit govconinsider.tv to join up. But anyway, I am going to answer 5 of the most commonly asked questions when it comes to government contracts and whether or not this is something for you, right? For those of you who are brand new to me, I'm Karwanna D. I'm your government contract strategist, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I spent the first few years in business struggling to get customers, barely making ends meet, in debt, and watching everything that I worked so hard for get taken away and repossessed. Okay. But government contracts is something that changed my life completely, right? And it can change yours as well. Once I learned the $1 trillion secret to doing business with the government, I landed my first $70,000 contract for 28 days of work and have gone on to generate multiple 6 figures in a less than part-time basis, right? So it only takes like a half a year, really, literally, to get there. And I can show you exactly the steps on how to get there. So I never have to worry about whether or not or how I can pay my bills again because of government contracts. So now I teach other women and business and minority business owners like yourself, and for those who are going to be watching this later, how to grow profitable legacy businesses with government contracts. So you're not changing anything. You're not starting a whole new business or starting over or anything. All you're doing is adding a giant client to your clientele, right? So you can do this, all right? So in today's lesson, I'm going to share with you 5 questions that are most commonly asked when it comes to government contracts. And I'm going to give you, my brief answer and explanation about that, okay? But if you stay to the end, I'm also going to open up the doors and share a very special gift with you today, okay? So number 1, the first most commonly asked question that I get is, can I get a government contract? And this is coming from business owners who are in environmental health safety, for those who do CPR, janitorial, trucking. Like, anybody can get a government contract, literally. One of my clients actually is doing prosthetic wigs to the government, and then I have clients that are selling photography services, communication services, event planners, and there's so many other plethoras of things. And so just the other day, in fact, I saw a contract for Brady tape. And so anyway, most business owners who provides any type of service or any type of product can get a contract with the government. It doesn't matter your sex, race, or creed. Can you get a government contract? Absolutely, yes, you can. If it's something that you can sell to an individual person or a business, then absolutely you can sell that thing to the government, and I can show you how. It's all about positioning, okay? Number 2 is, how much can I make? The answer is, it depends on how much you want to make. And so the reason being is the government is the number 1 largest purchaser of business products and services in the world, right? They're also the number 1 top paying client that you can ever acquire, which means that there's no limit to how much you can make when it comes to government contracting, because number 1, you can have multiple contracts simultaneously. Number 2, the contractual obligations pay you very well, which means that the sizable contracts that there are and they're typically 2 to 5 year lengths in size. They're very large contracts. So like I said, my first contract was $70,000 and it was for 28 days of work. So just imagine how many 28 days at $70,000 you can do in a year's time, right? So you do the math on that. So how much can you make? As much as you want, right? So let's just say you started a business and maybe it costs you like $5,000 to start that business. You land the government as your client. Your first year you could generate upwards of 200,000 on a very part-time basis. Very simple, very easy, and still have more than two halves of the year. Not two halves, but more than half of the year or three quarters of the year remaining, to be able to take on more work. So let's just put it in that perspective. So how much can you make? As much as you want to make. You have to do the math. You have to create your own goals and then work backwards to make them happen. But sky is definitely the limit. Number three is, do they buy my thing? Literally, you can sell anything to the government. Now, if you can sell it to a person, if you can sell it B2B, which is business to business, then absolutely you can also sell it to the government. Just think the government is nothing but a mere body of people that are individual peoples anyway, right? The government is nothing but a building filled with individual people, and those people they consume food, water, lighting, energy, internet service. They have phones. They have cars that they drive. They have a parking lot. Somebody built the building. They have carpet in their building. They have lighting and all those things. So pretty much anything that you consume as an individual person, you can sell it to the government. So do they buy my thing? If you sell it, they buy it. Absolutely, yes. Sometimes it's all about positioning. Sometimes you have to be a little strategic, and sometimes you have to think outside the box, but absolutely you can sell that thing to the government, okay? So number four is, do I have to have an LLC? That is the number one. I actually should have started with that one, but do I have to have an LLC? Absolutely not. You can be a sole proprietor. You can be an independent contractor and still do business with the government. All you need is an EIN. That is it. And a business license. So you do have to legitimately have a business license and an EIN, and you can actually sell your services to the government. So you don't have to be an entity, a corporation, an S corp. You can actually be a small mom and pop shop, one-man show, and do business with the government, because this is the reason why they design set aside programs for small, micro, disadvantaged business owners, simply because they want you to be able to become more competitive. And so getting your experience and getting those contracts allows you to not only grow your business, build capacity, but become more competitive in the marketplace. So this is like a way to leverage the playing ground. So yes, no, you do not have to have an LLC. Yes, they buy your thing. You can make as much as you want, and absolutely you can get not only a contract but multiple contracts for the life of your business that you decide to run. Okay. Number five is, how soon can I land a contract? Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with the how soon can I land a contract? As soon, it just depends on you, right? So there is no length of time. I can't say, well, you do it today and in 30 days you're guaranteed to have a contract. No, every business owner gets a contract in their own pace. Like from my experience and my perspective, it took me like 6 months literally to land my first contract, but it was like several months of not understanding the process and not knowing what I was doing. But once I got it, literally, really, it was just like 30 days, 90 days, between 30 and 90 days. It was, I landed a contract. And so, ideally my clients generally my clients are landing contracts within 3 to 6 months. I've had clients who've landed a contract within 8 weeks of going through my program. And so once you understand the steps and the strategies, it takes consistency to and execution to get the work done. So you have to take action, but you can get a contract. So the question is not, or shouldn't be, how soon can I land a contract, or if I'll get a contract, but the question should actually be how fast. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not, but the question really should be, how am I going to be consistent enough to stick to it until I get that contract? Because once you land one, the floodgates open. You can land multiple, and now you understand the strategy. So first you have to get the strategy, understand the steps, take action, and you can land those contracts. So yeah, but you definitely want to keep in mind, as long as you're not doing government contracts, you're missing out on those large contracts. You're missing out on income every single month. So every month you're at a loss. Once you know that this exists, every month you're at a loss until you do this. Okay. So how soon can you land it? It's different. Make your goal and execute, and maybe you'll meet that goal and exceed it. But even if you make that goal to land a contract in 6 to 10 weeks or whatever, if you miss that, that you missed it, and you can see, well, what did I do, what did I not do, and then extend that goal. At least you'll have a mark. But taking action is going to be very, very key. So you can land it as soon as you want, or you can land it extended, however you want to do it. So and it's all going to be different. And the reason why that there's a difference there is because every contractual opportunity sometimes have like a due date that's a 30-day due date. Like the opportunity comes out today, maybe it's not due for 30 days, right? Sometimes opportunities do it's been there and you just now seen it, and tomorrow's the deadline and you want to bid on it, right? And so it just depends, because every opportunity is going to be a different deadline, a different date. But also there's also a negotiation process that happens once a winner is chosen. Then there has to be an announcement, and then it has to be going into negotiations, and you have to sign the contract and get all your general liability certificates and all that stuff. So processes, right? Things are a process. And so the last client, I believe, who I shared last week, Tim, who landed his contract, he started working with me a few months ago, like 5 or 6 months, right? So ideally, you want to think within 6 to 12 months, you should have at least landed at least one amazingly great, life-changing contract, if not more. Okay, so just make that your goal, and it can happen sooner. Okay, so that's number 5. And let me just do a quick recap. Can I get a government contract? Absolutely, you can. You are a business owner and you sell a service, and you can get a contract selling that service. How much can I make? As much as you want. You set the goal, you go after it, you execute it, and you achieve that goal. Okay. Do they buy my thing? Absolutely. If you can sell it, they buy it. Do I have to have an LLC? No, you do not. You could be a sole proprietor in the simplest form, right? And get a contract with the government. And how soon can I land a contract? How soon are you ready to execute? That's the question, right? All right. So hopefully those questions, those answers to those questions helped you put some things into perspective, so you can figure out whether or not this is going to be for you. But ideally, government contracting is a guaranteed industry, right? It's a guaranteed customer, right? No one can guarantee how fast it can happen, or how much you're going to get, or none of those things. Just know that there's $9 trillion plus and beyond, and really you can quadruple that, because when you add the state and the local spending and all the other monies that's on the table that's available, that's a lot of opportunities that are there, especially when 23% is streamlined, and they don't stop at the minimum goal. They always exceed. Most agencies exceed those goals. So it's just to know that at minimum 23% is set aside for small business owners, whether or not you're a minority, if you're a woman, or if you're just a general small business owner. All those monies is on the table for you, so that you can be a competitive business owner who builds capacity, becomes the employee of tomorrow, and are able to have consistent, sustainable income. Now, this allows you leverage to then go on and do greater things in the world and be a contributor in a major way, and achieve some of the things that you've never thought possible as a business owner. Ask me how I know. All right, so anyway, if you stuck around to this point, I just want to share really quick before I go, that we are having a GovCon JumpStart event live. It's called GovCon JumpStart. And so at this event, it's going to be a 1-day live workshop with myself, where I'm going to help you personally help you get started with government contracts in one day. Now, this is going to be for, now I have programs where we walk you through over a longer period of time. We walk you through every single thing and strategy for optimization on the local, state, and federal level. Now, in this workshop, we're not going that deep, but we're going to get you started so you can get to the quick win, because there's money on the table. This is the new fiscal year, and right now, as a business owner, you can go after contracts that are out of your scope. In fact, I just showed my clients, there was a event planning company who landed a contract providing agricultural food bags to the food bank. Out of your scope, but within, it's, it's very relative because it's dealing with food. Very out of your scope, but it's relative because it's dealing with food. However, I said that to say that you can be very creative. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of things that are out there that people are overlooking, and they're not taking advantage of. In fact, just like the RFQ that I recently saw, I think it's due tomorrow, for Brady tape, like, to 150. It's a $150,000 contract for Brady tape, right? Just to be a supplier, supply that, right? So you can be the middleman, buy it and sell it to the government. And it's over a 3-year period, which means, like, ideally, each year that's a $50,000 extra, paycheck. So if you're currently making like 80,000, now you just added another 50,000 to your 80,000, and that's like 120, 130,000, or whatever that number is. But anyway, so hopefully that's helpful for you. But anyway, getting back to GovCon Jumpstart, I almost lost my train of thought, but I had to bring it on back. Okay. So GovCon Jumpstart is going to be a one-day workshop where I personally help you get federally certified. We're going to do this together on the spot. This is going to be amazing. It's never been done, right? But we're going to do this. We're going to do it live, right? But we're going to get you federally certified on the spot, registered in SAM. We're going to walk you through the whole SAM registration, and we're going to get that stuff completed and submitted. I'm also going to help you get in position to marketing yourself to the government. So we're going to walk through capabilities, how to market yourself properly to the government. We're going to walk through what should be on your capability statement and have a template and all that stuff. We're going to knock that out together. In addition, I'm going to show you exactly how to go after those low-hanging fruits, those other types of opportunities that are out there that no one is paying attention to, and people are leaving this money on the table. I'm going to show you how to get that. And so with those things plus more, with my help, you're going to walk away a full, complete, certified federal government contractor, at least ready to go after the low-hanging fruit so you can start landing contracts, right? And beyond that, you'll be invited to join my full not six-figure, but full 6-week coaching program to learn more about optimizing, so you can learn a little bit more about the whole industry and how it all works, and not only how to go after federal, but to go after state and local and all these other things and how they all tie together. So you'll get an opportunity to join me in a more extended program. But today I'm offering for you to join me in GovCon Jumpstart, so you can get a jump start to getting to the money and getting there faster. This is for you even if you're already in SAM. If you are not fully optimized, you don't understand what you're doing, you don't understand where to find the opportunities, how to bid on those opportunities, how to market yourself to the government, and how to get on the radar of the procurement officers so that they actually come knocking on your door, this is going to be for you. So go ahead and join me at govconjumpstart.com. Now I'm going to tell you the special rate that we're offering right now is a limited time offer, and this is really a limited time offer because these things, and to have my help, my professional help, my professional help to help you through this. Now, I can easily charge thousands of dollars, and people have paid me thousands upon thousands of dollars to do this stuff, right? To do this stuff for them and with them. Okay. However, in this particular workshop, because this is the first beginning, this not only is this the last quarter of our year, this is the beginning fiscal year for the government, and I want to help you get a lot of that money off the table, so that at the end of the year next year, they don't have so much of a surplus that they're looking for people and they lose that budget because not enough small business owners are partaking in this multi-trillion-dollar spend. Okay, so govconjumpstart.com. The offer is is normally going to be $9.97. This is the price of the program, so I'm offering it for $9.97, a limited time offer. However, for those of you who take action before next week, I think the cutoff is the 15th. I'm not exactly sure, but you'll see the clock on the page. Okay, so for those who partake, take a part of this opportunity before the cutoff, you still get an additional $200 off of that price. So for $797, you get professional help and my personal professional coaching and consulting, and we help you become an official federal government contractor with a marketing plan, with a strategy, with an execution list, and fully optimized business. So we go through the whole business audit checklist and have your business optimized for success, not only for government contracts, but for business credit and for funding and all those things. So we have a lot that we're going to be working on inside this workshop, but you're not going to be alone. You're not going to have to do it alone. You're not going to walk away confused, but you're going to walk away with a game plan for success. So go ahead and sign up at GovConJumpStart.com. Again, GovConJumpStart.com. And I definitely cannot wait to see you on the inside. And here's another great, amazing thing about it. For those who do register before the cutoff, right? Register before the cutoff. I'm gonna pick a lucky person's name out of that drawing, to where I'm personally going to build your whole profile for you. So I'm personally going to do it live during the workshop. So it'll be you that I go through and build out your SAM portfolio, get all your NAICS codes in there, and also I'm going to personally design your capability statement and put all the information on there, write up all the copy for your bio, so I'm going to actually be the one that do it for you, as well as give you the game plan and a template to go after bids. Okay, so one lucky person is going to have tons of value. That's an additional like 10K. My clients pay me 10K to do this stuff for them, and beyond. And so one of you are going to get the additionally added value of that 10K package done for you service. Okay, so I'm really excited and I cannot wait for you to participate and join me in this journey of doing massive business with the government. I'm so tired of being out here by myself. I know you want to grow a thriving business. I know you want to build a legacy. I know you're tired of struggling and chasing customers. This is the solution. This is the answer to making it happen for you. It definitely changed my life, and I always share my story along. As I do these trainings, I always share a little bit of pieces of my life and my story and how it changed my life. And so I want to help you change your life. So join me in GovCon Jumpstart by going to GovConJumpStart.com. Sign up. There are some payment arrangements that are available on there, so you can either pay in full, $797 right now before the clock ends for the special, or you can pay it in 2 installments. It's 2 installments of 4 something. I don't know exactly what those numbers are, but it's on there, and this is like all-time low. So get it while the getting is good, because guess what? When I joined the stage with one of the most renowned motivational speakers that there are, Les Brown, in the world, when I get off the stage with him in November, everything goes up. I'm elevating in business, and it's going to be so much more, expensive to work with me, and so much harder, like, for you to work with me directly. So get it while the getting is good. I'm just saying, I got to be honest. As I grow and elevate, the game changes and grows and elevate with me, and I want to make you all grow and elevate with me in that way. But definitely, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you, and I can't wait to work with you inside GovCon Jumpstart. I'm super excited. We're making history. We're going to make history on October 23rd. It's going to be like a 3 to 4 hour workshop, so most likely just plan to have a half of a day set aside so we can knock all this out, so that the next week comes, you're bidding and landing contracts. How about that? So I'm gonna help you get done with that. So we're gonna do all this stuff together. But I'll show you some behind the scenes stuff that works and some industry secrets that nobody tells you. So I'll see you on the inside, and I can't wait to work with you in GovCon Jumpstart. So GovConJumpstart.com. All right. So for those of you who are inside my um, Facebook group, GovCon Insider, I'm going to have something that is special, very, very special for you as well. Just because you're a member inside, and you get some extra perks for those of you who are GovCon Insider members, and you join up for GovCon JumpStart, right, as your beginner training workshop with me. I have a special gift that I'm going to be sending you on top of everything else. All right. So I'll see you in next week. Catch you next time. But also for those who are going to be seeing me on the other side of money, right? On the other side of struggle, seeing me in GovCon Jumpstart Live. We're going to do that. All right. Have a great weekend, and I'll check you next time.